Hi there guys, welcome over to my last night replay webinar. So I just wanted to make sure that you got the all information which I have shared with the guys last night. So before we get started, I would like to congratulate you all with becoming a mum, being a few weeks ago, a few months ago or a few years ago. You have done an absolutely amazing job to bring some new human beings into this life, so I would like to really praise you for that. And obviously you are thinking of losing weight or getting strong again, whatever your goal is, but don't forget that you have done absolutely amazing so far just by just becoming a mum and bringing someone new into this world. So you can also find me for support or any questions you might have regarding your uh, situation. So, sorry, I have my own Facebook support group whose my members are anyone who are pregnant or are thinking of getting pregnant or had the baby before or had the baby recently, but to be able to communicate with me and ask any questions um, they might have. So please do join my group to see if I can help you in any other ways or answer any questions you might have. And another point I would like to make is English is not my first language. So if I do say something in a bit of a different way or the strange way, then please bear with me. Or if there is something not clear, then just send me an email and I'll try to explain it a little bit better. So we will get started then. So sorry. The overview of last night webinar was we're gonna go through quickly my background, who am I, then we're gonna go through exercise guidelines. So when can you start? What can you do? Moving on to the diastasis recti healing. So what exercises you can do if you had a C-section. Pelvic floor healing, so what do we need to do, how long do we need to wait to make sure that our pelvic floor is healing up okay, when can we start running or returning to the cardio training routines. We're going to cover some nutrition key elements, what is the most important thing you need to focus on when you had a baby, and how you can get back into the shape, so how we're gonna re-sculpt your body. And then obviously with the guys last night we did a live workout, but I'll just go through what exercises we did, and then I can send you any video of exercises you might be interested in, and you can just do the workouts at home in your own time. So quickly about me. I used to be a professional athlete in athletics. I used to represent Estonia in the world and the European Championship. So I was a professional athlete for 10 years. Then when I left professional sport, I became a personal trainer, and I have been for the last four years. And specifically, I've been focusing on a postnatal clients, anything from someone who wants to get pregnant, who is pregnant exercising, and then someone who wants to return back to the exercising after having a baby. And I've just recently started with two of my other business partners retreat business in Portugal. So we're running a health and fitness retreat in Algarve. Okay, when to start and what to do. I would like to always stress the most important thing, that postnatal is forever. So it doesn't matter if you had a baby 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 6 months ago, 5 weeks ago, you are postnatal forever. And the body has changed in a lot of different ways, and it needs to be looked after and trained in a different way. So it doesn't matter how long you have been postnatal or you had a baby, you can still make a start and heal properly and repair properly, which is a big goal, because what we don't want is end up at the age of 35 with a few kids, we jump around and we still wear ourselves. So somewhere there healing did not go really right, or we jumped into something too early, too quickly. In the first 2 to 6 weeks post-delivery, I would strongly recommend you to see a pelvic floor physiotherapist, so someone who's postnatal qualified will give you an amazing help and support. The physiotherapist will be able to assess your pelvic floor, will give you great exercises to do at home to make sure you're healing right and faster, and it's and the pelvic floor muscles are looked after and start getting engaged and healing. Right. After 6 weeks of clearance from the doctors, it does not mean that you can go and jump into the gym, a gym routine, gym classes, boot camps, and all sorts of things, or even running. We need to make sure that you're focusing on your core and the pelvic floor exercises, and you do a lot of posture and alignment work to make sure everything is healing right. After you have been cleared from the doctors in 6 weeks, I would then focus on a postnatal strength training, and I would encourage you to do plenty of walking. Walking is the king to your healing, recovery, and getting the oxygen. It's amazing for your baby. It's amazing for you, for yourself, for the mind, and also get the body moving. And it's fantastic for the pelvic floor as well, because it is engaging your whole body when you're moving, meaning you're walking. So postnatal strength exercises doesn't mean that you're going to be doing heavy deadlifts, squats, and press-ups and planking, and psychologically you're probably not even thinking about that yet, and you're not going to be ready for it, and there is not much time for it. So I would focus on doing a little bit 3 to 4 times a week, but doing it consistently. So focusing on the multi-joint exercises, focusing on your bum exercises, glute muscles, which is going to help to support your lower back and your core and your pelvis, and also include alignment practice exercises. So checking out your posture everywhere you can see your reflection in it to make sure that you're standing in the upright position and you're holding a good posture rather than leaning too much forward or too much back. And you can also include half and tall kneeling exercises as well. So the diastasis recti. So if you had a C-section, what can make it worse? Repetitive flexion movement, which is your crunches, leg raises, which are also known as exercise for the core. So people who are overweight, they might have worse diastasis recti, only because they have to cover and they have to carry more of their own weight. Number of babies in the side can affect diastasis recti, and your posture as well. So this is why alignment exercises are very important to do, and walking in the right posture to heal yourself faster. In the first 8 weeks, body is actually naturally healing itself as well. So if we will be very clever about it, we can use the 8-week window very smart, and to help with the right exercises to heal ourselves faster, because our body is also on our side, and that's natural thing. What body is doing is trying to heal itself. So with a little bit extra support, you're running a very good chance to healing yourself in a great way after your C-section, being it emergency or planned C-section. I would include full body exercises, so especially those which engage in your glutes and your upper back muscles. So things like squats, lunges, glute bridges, glute marches, hip thrusts. So anything to engage your glutes. Upper back exercises can be anything like rowing, so pulling, so any row machines seated in the gym will be absolutely fine. And also those exercises will take care of your core work itself, so you don't need particularly focus on specific core exercises, because if you're using your whole body, then the chances are if in the full body exercises you are engaging your core as well. Make sure you're rolling over, so don't try to get up off bed in a crunching position, which is obviously a habit and it's very easy to do. So make sure you are getting on your side and keeping your hips together, legs together. Push yourself up with the hands, so using your upper body, and then stand up or get up from the side. So try to roll over anytime you go on the floor, off the floor, on lying on bed, on the couch. So roll over, crunching, standing up. Safe core exercises if you had a C-section. What you can start with as well can be side plank variations, dead bug variations, hill slides, farmer's walk, pelvic press variations. So some of those exercises I was showing in the workout last night. So if you do need to, you would like to see some of those, please drop me an email and I will send you the video over so you can do those at home by yourself. Please do not do any crunches, sit up, don't hold any planks, don't do leg raises, knee tucks. All of those exercises are actually separating the abdominal wall before they putting it back together. So what we don't want to make your distance between the abdominals even worse. So if you're not looking after your diastasis recti, or you don't do the corrective exercise, if nothing is done, the diastasis recti is likely to be the same in 1 year or 2 years, or so. Try to make sure you are going to make a start now to heal yourself, at whatever time frame you are at the moment. So also your diastasis recti will be affected by the number of the kids you have. So you might not healed last time, or you might have not looked after it after you had your previous baby. So make sure you're making a start now, so you're not struggling for the rest of your life. And we're trying to heal the distance and create the tension back in your linea alba. So, okay, pelvic floor. Pelvic floor takes a minimum 4 to 6 months to heal after the pregnancy. Sorry. This is why probably your midwives and people around, doctors, do not recommend you to get into the running or jumping or going to the boot camp in this time, because pelvic floor is not healed, and we need to make sure that we try to stay or we try to do as low impact exercises as we can. So you don't need to do 100 Kegel exercises, which is now, this information might contradict with what doctors probably have told you. Personally, if you're doing all other corrective exercises to help you to heal, you do not need to do with the Kegel exercises. And to be honest, they're very, very, very hard to get anyway, but to make sure you are doing it right. So if you're doing other corrective exercises, there is no need to do hundreds of Kegel exercises for your pelvic floor to heal. We need to make sure that we're staying on low impact exercises. So body weight exercises are great, where you're just using your own weight without any jumping or plyometrics. So suspension trainers are good, which are your TRX straps or any kind of other suspension training equipment you can see or find. Resistant bands are very good as well. Walking, as I said before, is a key. If you like swimming, that's fine, you can go and swim. And biking is also great because you in a seated position, so that's all good as well. We need to avoid high impact exercises, as we said, such as running, jumping and burpees. I'm going to go through the running in the next slides, and I'll explain to you what you can do as an alternative to running if you have been a runner, or you have been doing the running before you got pregnant and you just want to get back into running. So be careful with the wide leg positions as well. So things like lateral lunge, so anything, all the movement which is going to force you to go further away from your hip width a position, then we might want to stay away from them at the beginning, just to make sure that our pelvis stays in the same position and there's more pressure goes. So try to maybe stay away from really wide squats. If you do squat, try to keep your feet in feet in a hip when position, and not very wide apart. Returning back to running, starting with the cardio. First of all, I would say that running is not going to get you your pre-baby body weight, and it's not going to get you into your skinny jeans, or it's not going to help you to drop the dress size. So we don't need to run. You've got to wait for at least 3 months before we can even start thinking about running. If you have been doing 2 to 3 days per week of specific postnatal strength training, and you have no pelvic floor dysfunction, then you could probably start to think about running. But again, doing certain things with running rather than just go for a very long run. If you're not doing any specific postnatal strength training, then you have to wait for 6 months. The reason being is, on the previous slides I said that pelvic floor muscles and the pelvic floor takes up from 4 to 6 months to heal. So this is the reason why you should not be running before 6 months. So the solution for those who used to run or love running and love getting that effect after the run and that feeling is power walking. So if you have been doing absolutely fine with the ground walking, I would then recommend you to try and find a hill close to you, and you can start with a power walking up the hill and the rest down the hill. So it's like an interval of cardio, but you just walking instead of you running. So you'll go fast up the hill with a buggy if you want to, that's okay, and then down the hill. If you're not doing any strength training after you had a baby, so no strength training specific for the postnatal, then you will have to wait for 6 months, and only after 6 months I would start with hill sprints, which can be 10 to 15 seconds run up the hill, and then you rest down the hill. So make sure that the surface is soft if possible. So if it's grassy, that's better, and there is less impact. But after 6 months, just start with the hill sprint. So no steady long duration running, because that creates prolonged pressure on the pelvic floor. So moving on to the nutrition. So I would strongly recommend you, please do not diet. You have been through so much in the last however long you had your baby. The last thing you need is another stress on your mind, on your body, is dieting, juicing, cutting certain things out. What I would do, try to focus on eating unprocessed whole foods most of the time. So protein, fat, and fiber. So protein is great if it's great for the repairing, for the growth, keeping you full. Fats are very important from the hormonal point of view, to balances your hormone, which is all over the show after you had the baby. And fiber is just vegetable fruit, which are going to help you to stay healthy, and we just need our fiber in a diet. So try to, because you're not sleeping as well, like the last thing you need is, you can have certain foods, or you have all the junk food in your house. So what I would recommend to some of my clients who have, for example, just had a baby, make sure people do eat a lot after they have children, and you might have a very high levels of hunger. So I make sure that your place, your house, is stocked with the good food. So even if it's going to be big volumes of food you'll be eating, at least it will be good fit food. So stock up on the proteins, fibre, so veg, fruit, meat, fish, dairy and eggs. Make sure that your hydration levels are up. We need to stay hydrated. So for 1 litre, we need to drink 1 litre per 25 kilograms of your weight. So you can calculate your own hydration levels from that. And there are a few supplements that I recommend to my clients to take after the C-section as well as from the normal birth. So probiotics is very good for digestion. Vitamin D is good for the growth, repair, and will lack of sunshine in the UK anyway. So I would definitely supplement vitamin D in your diet. Magnesium is very important for females for hormonal balances and for the muscle recovery as well. So get them in if you can do. If you want some recommendation where to get good supplements from, then definitely drop me a message or email me and I will give you a good recommendation. So re-sculpting your body, changing your body shape. What I would like to very stress in here that we have to embrace your new body. You have brought somebody into this world and you might be thinking, oh, I want to get back to how I looked before the baby and I wanted to get into those jeans and I don't look the same. What we need to focus on is we need to focus to that we actually have a new body. It might be similar to the one you had before you got pregnant, but it might not, and that's also okay. So what we can do, we can focus on the body you have now, and we can try to resculpt it. So changing the body shape. So your goals at the moment should be to become strong, to get stable, to feel sexier again in your own skin, care for yourself and take care of your baby pain-free. So with no lower back pains and no upper back pains and no tiredness and fatigue. So actually focusing on the healing and the repairing yourself will help you to lose weight, because weight loss will come as a side effect if you're exercising and your nutrition is consistent. So for example, one of my clients, latest postnatal clients, Louise, who used to be a big runner and used to do my marathons, as soon as she was 4 weeks in after the baby, she said, I'm ready to go, I want to lose this weight, I want to run and and all sorts of things. So I said to her, my job as a trainer to make sure that you are healing and repairing right, so that you can do all the running you want in years to come, you know. So actually focusing her on doing healing, repairing exercises and corrective exercises, she actually still losing weight because that's not a priority right now. And so just to show you an example, her body weight is coming down. We started 3 weeks ago with her and she was 81.5 and now she's down to 78 kilos. So that's only 3 weeks in. And I pay attention, that's not our goal. My goal with her is not the weight loss. And then obviously her waist is coming down, as we can see. So she started at 88 centimeters and now she's down to 78. So she's changing, she's feeling better, and the weight is coming off as well. But weight loss is not a priority, and the priority is to feel good, embrace your new body, and try to re-sculpture it now. And weight loss will take care of itself. Then we did a live workout with the guys. So here's some exercises for diastasis recti safe warm up. So we did some arm circles, chest openers, alignment. I showed the guys how to make sure that they have the right posture. I've showed some deep belly core breathing exercise, which just helps you to activate your abs without even doing anything. Glute bridges, clamshells, heel slides and squats. And then we went into the 6 exercises So it was bird dog, glute bridge, squat, side plank, lunge, and a dead bug. And then we just completed live one set with the guys. So if you want this workout, then please do let me know, and I can send you the video of it. So that was pretty much it, guys. We had some time for the questions to people to answer, and I offered people a 10-minute call with me if there is anything they want to ask me of in particular, which I'm absolutely happy to give you as well. So please find me on Facebook and join my free support group, which is just on the screen. You can see it now. It's various pre and postnatal support group. And then obviously I am passionate about the subject and passionate about you. So please, you give me the inspiration and I write my blogs and I post meal ideas and I'm making video posts as well. So if there is anything I can help or you would like to know more about, please do drop me an email and find me. All my blogs are on my website, and find me on the Facebook, which is again I'm making a post regarding exercise and training and nutrition, anything pre and postnatal, and Instagram are also there. So please do find me, say hello to me. I do really care, and let me know if you have any questions. And I hope you've enjoyed the webinar, and I would like to be doing this more often. So if there is any subjects of your interest, please do let me know. I'll be happy to share the knowledge and the information with you. So have a lovely day, guys, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye bye.